Reaping what you sow, part two. Now, honestly, this is more and more, just in depth about reaping what you sow, man. I mean, this stuff is deep. And I mean, the Spirit, God just got me doing this message. But man, I mean, reaping what you sow is truly not a game. Because as I'm getting more in depth with it, I mean, certain people reap what they sow instantly, certain people reap what they sow, gradually, gradually, I want to say, and then others are reaping what they sow very, very, very much later. And regardless of the matter of when you reap what you sow, man, this stuff is not going to be good comparing to any of the time frames you're reaping what you sow. Because here's the thing: if you're reaping it later, then man, more or less, as the God of Israel is leading me to say, like, if you're reaping it very, very much later, then man, it's going to be more or less a lot worse. If I'm being real with you, for you, when it comes to reaping what you sow. And see, the enemy doesn't want you to really know all this stuff because he wants you to think like you're getting away, but you're not. You're not, man. I'm telling you, you're not. By the Spirit of God, reaping what you sow is real. And certain people, it doesn't happen right away because God is watching everything, and He's very intentional concerning people, and all this stuff. So yeah, certain people reap what they sow at all different time frames, depending on the person and the individual and what is being done, because God looks at our sins from a very much higher perspective than humans and all these other beings. If I'm being real, God looks at people's sin from a high perspective of why they do what they do. He's not just looking at what they do, but why they do what they do. And the certain stuff that you will reap what you sow from, as God is leading me to say. Yeah, it's gonna be those high level sins, more or less. Even certain mid-level sins, you will reap what you sow. Now the stuff that you do that's like low level, no, you're not gonna really reap what you sow with the low level sins, And I've already did a particular message concerning this anyhow. But anyways, but when it comes to those mediocre and high level sins, yes, you're gonna reap what you sow with that. And that is just a very real matter. You cannot get around this. I promise you, it's just not gonna be a real matter. And yes, man, I mean, reaping what you sow it's truly not a game, because God gets everybody on different timings, is what I'm telling you. And certain people who He allows them to think they're getting away, and He gets you. He really does get you. And these people bear witness with Him getting them, is what I'm telling you. They already know, yeah, this God is doing this to me, is what I'm trying to tell you. And man, it's more crucial for people, certain individuals. It's what I'm trying to say. It's more crucial for certain people than other people, is what I'm trying to say. This stuff is deep, though. This stuff is very deep. And reaping what you sow is not a game. It's not a game. You will reap what you sow. And God is very real with this matter, is what I'm trying to tell you. So that the mediocres, the high level sins, man, you seriously do not want to be in that category of doing. I'm just going to be real, especially if you're wicked, these people are really already done. They're already reaping what they sow now. And God is punishing these people, is what I'm telling you. And then reaping what you sow, dealing with the mediocre and high level sins. I mean, man, this stuff is deep, man, because reaping what you sow, man, these people, God will get these different people at different time frames. That's what you gotta understand, because His eyes are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. That's what He says, not what I say. That's what He says. His eyes are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So even when certain things seem as if people are getting away with them, they're not. That's what I'm telling you. This stuff is not a game. This stuff is spiritual. And if you're doing high level sins, man, you're done. You're just done. You're done. You're very much done. And you're not coming back from these things. And certain things may take place, or it may seem like certain things are taking place and you're getting away, but no, you're going to reap it on a very high, much higher level than the certain stuff that you were doing. If I'm being real with you, you're going to reap it on a very high level, and you're not going to be able to handle the level that God is going to take you through, and this stuff is spiritual. This stuff is very spiritual. So yeah, I mean, man, this stuff is deep, and I already know about reaping what you sow, you know. And once again, I'm just not in this category of like, you know, just a hypocrite or anything. I'm not no hypocrite. You know, I have done certain things. I have, you know, done sins for sure. You know, I have. But the more the less is what I'm telling you is that my good truly just outweighs my bad. It really does. And I'm so thankful to God because, you know, this stuff is deep. This stuff is deep, and thankful to God concerning me and just him and, you know, different things in that matter, man. But yeah, this reaping what you sow is not no joke, because some people God gets very much later. He allows them to get away with certain things for a certain time frame, and then he gets them later. And then others he gets instantly. And then certain ones he gets gradually. So with all that being said, yeah, this stuff is deep. And these Christians, they're gonna burn. They're gonna burn. Best believe they're gonna burn, because they're not breaking this stuff down to you people. And these people are going to be judged for their sins. They're going to be judged. And I will be judged for everything that I've done and do and stuff like that. I will be judged too. The only difference is that I do have God. That's the difference. I have God and I'm in God's kingdom. That's the difference between me and all these other beings and individuals, is what I'm telling you. That's the only difference. And there's much other stuff surrounding that. But with all that being said, yeah, man, reaping what you sow.